Hi everyone, Vincenzo here with a new episode of a Ukerocks, a series of ukulele tutorials on some of the best rock riffs of all time. So if like me you wanna rock out on the ukulele, you can't miss this one. Today you will learn how to play Back in Black by AC/DC, one of the most famous rock songs of all time. Everyone knows this one and you will see that it's a super fun song to play. Having said that, let's get started. But before doing that, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel. I don't like to say these things, but it would really help me if you did, and it doesn't cost you anything. For Back in Black, you're gonna be using power chords. Remember, we talked about them before. In short, power chords are chords that are neither major nor minor, and they sound more powerful than regular chords. The power chords that you need are E5, D5, and A5. And later on for the chorus you will need B5 and G5 as well. Now let's see what to play for the riff. You start with E5 and you strum the chord down. The strum is sharp and punchy. It's this, not this. Then you have D5, down, up, down, and A5, down, up, down. For A5, I'm not playing the first string, but even in case I do, it's muted. You see? So it doesn't really matter. All together, 3, 4. It's important to notice that there are rests in between each chord, so you need to stop the sound. In order to do that, simply lift up your fingers slightly. It's this, 3, 4, and not this. I'm sure you can notice the difference. By the way, the symbol that looks like an M means downstroke and the one that looks like a V upstroke. Now it's time for the super famous lick of this song. So you have 10, 7, 10, 7, a whole tone bend from 9, release, which means you go back to 9 without plucking it, and then 7. So again, bend, release, and 7. By the way, the release is quick. And again, bend, release, and 7. All together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This lick is not the easiest thing to play, but once you get it right, it's a lot of fun. By the way, instead of the release, you could pluck fret 9 and it will sound like this. But not plucking it really helps when it comes to playing at the tempo of the song. One more thing, for the right hand I'm using the thumb for the 4th and the 1st string, the index for the 2nd string and the middle finger for the 1st string, but you can just use the thumb and it will still work. If you can't bend a note, in the description you have a tutorial on this technique, but if you find it too hard, you can skip it and play the lick like this. As you can see, it will still work. Also, you might be wondering why I don't use pull-offs here. The reason is Angus Young picks those notes. You can use pull-offs if you want, but it will sound a bit different. There's one more thing to pay attention to, and that is where the lick starts. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Practice that with me now or with the play along later in the video. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now let's put the two measures together. 3, 4. And again, 3, 4. Now let's see what happens next. So you repeat the chords, 3, 4. Same as before, and then you have this. Let's break it down. You have 7, 8, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 11 slide. Notice that all the notes are short and punchy. This is a very important aspect of this song. In fact, that's how the band achieves their famous groove and drive. One more time, 3, 4, 1. Okay, now let's put everything together. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You're done with the riff. Let's see what to play for the chorus. So you have A5, E5, B5, A5, and B5. I'm strumming everything down, and for E5 I'm not using the first string anymore. In fact, it's muted. You see? But if you want, you can use it. It won't change much. So all together, 3 and 4 and 1. And again, 3 and 4 and 1. This part is repeated twice. Then you have G5, D5, A5, and a quarter tone bend on fret 3. And then A5. All together, 3 and 4 and 1. This is repeated twice, by the way. Let's play it one more time. 3 and 4 and 1. One thing about the quarter note bend, this is a very bluesy thing. It literally means you raise a note of a quarter of a tone. So it's not a G sharp, but something in between G and G sharp. You can play the bend with your index, or you can strum everything and just hit the note you need to bend, like this. I personally find this easier, especially when I'm playing at the tempo of the song. This technique is called left hand muting. One more detail, for the D5 I'm not playing the first string, same as I did for the E5 before. Let's put everything together. 3 and 4 and 1. Again, 3 and 4 and 1. Let's see what happens next. So you repeat the first part. Then when you get to G5, you have down, 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 up, and then D5, down, down, down. All together, 3, 4. And again, 3, 4. Now let's play the entire chorus. 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, now you learn how to play the verse and the chorus. Let me tell you that the soul of this song is really cool, so if you like a tutorial on it, let me know in the comments. Now let's have a play along at 94 BPM, which is the tempo of the song. I will play the verse, meaning the riff, and the chorus. Having said that, get ready, you're about to start playing. of this tutorial was to teach you how to play Back in Black by AC/DC. Learn it, post your video on social media and tag me. I will share your video and I will give you personalized feedback. On my Patreon page, you can find the tabs and the backing tracks that you need to practice this song. You have 3 backing tracks, one at the original tempo, one slower and another one even slower. And one more thing, don't forget that if you learned something from this video and you would like to say thank you, you can buy me a coffee, link in the description. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments if you managed to learn this song. If you wanna take your playing to the next level, have a look at my free course here on YouTube and download my free 8-step roadmap, link in the description, that will tell you the exact process to follow to learn the ukulele. Moreover, check out the other links in the description to learn more about the types of classes that I've got available at the moment. If you're into rock music, subscribe to my channel and follow the hashtag at ukerocks on Instagram. And don't forget to check out the series at ukerocks to learn how to play some of the most iconic rock songs on the ukulele. Having said that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next week. Ciao!